there, fellow collectors, Shuki here with a review of the Uchu Sentai Kyuranger DX Kerberos Voyager. So, this is our yearly movie mecha, and this one's actually pretty cool. I've got a couple issues with it, but overall, I think it's really cool. Particularly the color, I dig that a lot. But obviously, Cerberus, Kerberos in this instance for the Japanese, Cerberus for the English-speaking crowd. I'm probably going to bounce between the two. Cerberus is, as an American, naturally more easier for me to say. So I'm probably going to go with that. More easier? Yeah, English, right? But anyway, Cerberus, the three-headed guard dog of hell, is right here. And like I said, he's a really cool, like, teal color. I think that's really neat. And obviously, right off the bat, looking at the box, you can tell it is a remold of the Shishi Voyager, but really cool. I got a cool shot of the team up there, and like I said, this is the movie mecha, so obviously it came out around August 2017 for about 3,500 or so, give or take, depending on when and where you picked it up. So not too bad, but not particularly cheap either. But he's got all these cool lights and sounds and all that fun stuff. So obviously you can make an actual robo with this, and that is using the Uchu Voyager, the Kajiki Voyager, the Chameleon Voyager, and the Hibitsukai Voyager. And them together will make Kerberios. Or Cerberus, I guess, if you want to get English with it. Kerberos is just a lot easier to say for the Japanese. But very cool. I do like this one quite a bit, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get this open and take a look. I hope you're all ready for a little bit of disappointment. Here is the Kerberos Kyutama, Cerberus Kyutama. 111 is the number, it's kind of in Roman numerals, so it's like an I. But this one's really interesting. Obviously, it's the same thing repeated 3 times. It's a three-headed dog. So I guess it makes sense in that regard. But the front looks really cool with the three-headed dog. On the side, it looks kind of whatever. But hey, very cool Kyutama. I do like this one a ton. But if you say 111 pretty quickly, you get 111. And 1-1 is kind of like the barking sound. And so a lot of times dogs are called like 1-1-chan. And so you got 1-1-1. You got 3 dogs. Or I'm not even going to go through with the second joke. But anyway, let's check out the Kyutama. Yeah. Or this really cool feature. Get out. Very disappointing. This is an actual, like, Voyager in the show, and it doesn't have an actual sound in the Seiza Blaster because it doesn't have enough pins to recognize enough sounds for all the Kyutama. Everything is a disappointment, but moving along to something that isn't very a disappointment, we'll get to the hidden image shortly because there's an LED in here, so we'll get to see it later on. But we'll pop that back in, and here is the actual Kerberos Voyager. And like I said, I love this one a lot. Shishi Voyager is already pretty cool. I liked the way Shishi Voyager looked in general, but having like a three-headed dog version, I think is just really cool. Each of these guys can open up their mouth. The middle one, not so much, because that's where the helmet is, or the face for Kerberios, but to varying degrees, they can all open their mouths. Green eyes, red eyes, yellow eyes. So they all got different color eyes, which is another really cool feature. But yeah, like I said, I dig it a lot. It looks really cool. It's a very basic remold. The only thing they did is actually change. This part still comes off, right? Yeah. They didn't really remold anything on this. All they did was make this piece, which is just a new helmet piece that goes right on there. And then these pieces look like they were remolded arms. They're actually just a new piece on the normal arm. So they actually didn't even remold that. They just made this new piece. And you can kind of see the Kyutama shape right here. And like a little sort of claw thing, but I dig this. I like this quite a bit. So it's kind of interesting that there's actually no real remolding in here. They just made some new pieces. So of course, looking at this, you can tell right off the bat that the formation you're going to use is going to be Kyutama-less for the arms. This will rotate around, and then you just plug it directly into there. So the Kajiki Kyutama is not actually going to fit in here. Now granted, if you wanted to, you could pop this piece off completely and put it in as normal, but that kind of ruins the whole effect of Kerberios being the three-headed dog. But very cool design. I do like that a ton. So if we go ahead and find our on and off switch, it's right down there. And there is a very cool LED on this one. Look at all them lights. All them different colors. So naturally we have our little button right up here. And so there you go, you got a bunch of dog barking, chomping noises, basically like a symphony of my house. But that is it for the actual Voyager mode. To start prepping for Kerberios, you just simply rotate these heads around, rotate that head around, fold these little duties back, and you're good to go. So let's go ahead and set that aside and bring in our other 4 Voyagers. Already nice and prepped, because I am prepared. So I'll go ahead and bring that in. Oshi is going to be over here on this foot. Habitsky is going to be over here on this foot. Then of course we need to go ahead and stand him upright. And then up here, Chameleon will just pop in right there. Kajiki will pop in right there. And then we flip down the head. And here we have Kerberos, which is not only a really cool name, I just like the way this looks. Now granted, like I said, it's just a remold of Shishi Voyager, so it's a lot of what we're used to. But it definitely looks really cool. I think having the dog heads on the shoulders adds quite a bit to the silhouette and design of Kyuranger. So I think that is really cool. And like I said, I know this is a bother, particularly with the amount of toys that we have. All we needed was for this to have Kyutama accepting arms, and we would have been okay. Or better yet, because we didn't really need the slots in the first place, if he just had hands that could plug in himself and have his own arms, and just use Habitsky and Tenbin as legs, we would have been set, because you can just attach washi to the back of Kyuranger, and then you would have everyone on display, and it would be nice. But unfortunately, that's just not how it works. But at the end of the day, the robot does look really cool. Now, I want to bring the attention to the back here, and you'll notice that the ports on the back of Kyuranger are now covered. So this guy cannot use Ryuteo, can't use Gigant Ho-Oh or anything like that, or even accept the Washi Voyager back here, which is a huge disappointment. I don't know why they bothered to cover them up. The good news is, if you want to do some modifications yourself, if you have an extra Shishi Voyager or anything that uses these sort of sized clips, you can unscrew this back panel and take these things out and replace them with the little black clips, and then close it back up, and you'll have a Kerberos with clips. So that is something that you can do. It's not permanently stuck like this, which is good. I just don't really see what the point of that was in the first place. But anyway, let's go ahead and bring this guy a little bit closer and take a look at the lights and sounds. The lights are so nice on this one. So you can kind of see the 3 dogs as the image in there. So obviously it's going through different elements of attacks like lightning, ice, fire.
Super Galaxy!
Now the final attack. And it should rotate back. Yep.
Kerberos!
Yep, and if you hold the button down again, you'll get that.
Kerberos Voyager!
And then I'll rotate back to the Kerberos Voyager sounds. So a lot like Kyuranger minus that whole clink, 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 clink game that that they did for that. But like I said, very cool. Very simple. Obviously, I didn't do the clip mod because I don't have anything I want to sacrifice clips for. But there are pictures on the internet of this combined with Ryuteo and Gigan Ho-Oh and stuff like that. So I'll try to find the pictures of that and put them in the description down below if possible. If not, some quick Google searches might be able to find them for you. But very, very cool. Not one that is absolutely necessary for the collection, given how it doesn't really aid you too much in terms of being able to display all the Voyagers in a robot mode at one time. But it's still a really cool robot that I like a ton. I like the silhouette that it makes, and honestly, I like it more than Kyuranger. I just wish the whole arm thing, there was a nice happy medium between either having its own hands or accepting Kyutama, but it is neat what they did. I like, it's a really love-hate relationship with me and this thing. I like a lot of what it did, then I don't like a lot of what it did, but at the end of the day, I do really like how it looks, so I have to get it credit for that. But that about does it for this review. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and as always, thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one.